Everyone, CountBlagorath here with a CD tape vinyl update. Yeah, figured I'd do one today since not much going on. The album I'm going to be reviewing next, which I'll show in this, I need to listen to a couple more times before I give a full opinion. Just got out of the shower, so that's why my hair looks a little weird. But I'm going to start off with cassettes. First one is a tape I reviewed. This is The Unquestionable Chapters of a Forgotten World by Orbis. This is a very, very good cassette. Nice sticker on a studio tape. Very nice inlay card. There's 100 copies and mine is 16. Check out my review of it. It's a very good drone. I highly recommend it to pretty much anybody who's into drone sort of stuff. Next is a couple tapes I got from Ominous Domain. This is a Russian band that is amazing folk black metal called Temenzor, and this is their album Horizons. Very, very good album. White tape, white case oddly enough, with a very, very nice inlay. If you're into like folk metal and black metal, I highly recommend you check this band and this album out. There's just some amazing stuff on here. I haven't listened to this in a while just because I got a new stereo, which is behind me. And this right here is a cassette deck that is about 24 years old or so. And when I got the stereo, I didn't have a cassette player anymore because I got rid of my old one. And went to hook this up and it just sounds horrible through there, so can't listen to tapes anymore. That's why I don't have that many for this update. Next is Graveland, the Celtic Winter. Amazing, amazing atmospheric black metal. White tape, once again from Ominous Domain. And a very good, rather heavy-duty inlay card, which is quite nice. I'm a big, big Graveland fan, and this is probably one of his best. I really, really just love the overall sound of this album and just some of the very eerie, how should I put it, some very eerie guitar work. And the final tape I have to show is another one for my Evil collection. It is the Drowning the Light and Evil split called Reflections of the Past Where the Sun Was Never Born. Amazing stuff. This was from Hell's Headbangers. Now I'm going to move on to CDs. I actually have 4 copies of this, and I'm going to explain why. This is Structure to Collapse, Death of Your Scene, my friend's band. Sadly, they played their last show, I want to say, maybe a month ago. Maybe less. I want to say maybe it was about 3 weeks ago. Vanilla Tea. Yeah, about 3 weeks ago they played their final show, and they were just giving away what copies of their demo they had left. So I'm going to keep my copy, which I have over on my shelf, but I'm going to be giving some of these away to a few friends and maybe some of you guys. All sealed copies, very good deathcore. If you're into that stuff, you'll definitely like them. This is a CD I forgot to show in my last update. This was only $2 at Hell's Headbangers. Relentless by Dawn of Azil. This is some very heavy, heavy death metal with a little bit of black metal influence. Very strange vocals, almost reminds me, oddly enough, of Every Time I Die. This was very cheap at Hell's Headbangers. This is a Russian black metal band that worships Iljarn. This is Metibula. Very, very good, very solid Iljarn worship black metal. Very punk influenced, extremely raw. Just some overall very good stuff. These next 3 are promos from Unique Leader, which I have reviewed this one. Rejoice in Vengeance by Dawn of Demise. Awesome slam. Check out my review if you haven't seen it yet. Barcode cut out because it's a promo. And they came without inserts, that's why the case is beat up. I just pulled apart a couple old CDs that were lying around. Next is another promo from Unique Leader. Also reviewed this, and the case is falling apart. This is Inanimate Existence, Liberation Through Hearing. Very, very good stuff. Amazing technical progressive death metal. And the next one is one that's going to be my next review, actually. This is Enslaved by Fear from Beneath. Pretty good death metal. Nothing mind-blowing, but still very good. Now, for the remainder of these CDs, fun story about this, and pretty much the rest of my update, I ordered from this sale going on at Northern Horde Records, which is a record label out of Canada. And pretty much the whole thing was they were going out of business, so they had a massive blowout sale where everything was $2. And I ordered quite a bit of stuff because I was supposed to get some free crap with it and blah blah blah, so I decided to do it. Well, 1 month passed and I never received my CDs, and they haven't even shipped out yet. And I've heard some very negative stuff about them through the Metal Archive, saying that they're a record label that rips people off. So I went to PayPal, filed a claim, and got my money back. Well, yesterday, I checked the mailbox, and I find a package of 6 CDs that I originally ordered from Northern Horde Records, and they just sent them to me, and I was told to keep them. So, this is the only one that came with the jewel case. This is a Hell's Headbangers release of Oraxfix, Le Monde La Madure. I know I butchered the name of that. It's French bass-only black metal. Very interesting stuff, very good stuff. Highly recommend you check this band out. Very unique. It sounds like a guitar, but it's just heavily distorted bass, and that's something that's absolutely awesome to hear. The rest of these are without cases, and this next one is pretty awful, I must say. This is Darkthul with Beyond Endless Horizons. It's Greek black metal associated with NS. It's just some of the most ungodly, boring black metal I've ever heard. It was a real struggle to get through this album. And, yeah, I don't really know what to say about it other than that's just some really boring stuff. Next is... let me get this insert. Evil Wrath, Chaotical Invasion. This is actually some really decent raw black metal in vein of Under a Funeral Moon, I should say, Dark Throne era, back inlay. Yeah, just some pretty decent stuff overall. CD art. So, I mean, I can't complain this was free. This is some Canadian/Russian. The guy was originally from Russia, then he moved to Canada. Pagan, Viking, NS black metal called Svartskog, called With Fire and the Sword. This is some pretty damn good stuff. I'm really enjoying this album a lot. I really, really like the vocal style that the guy utilizes and the use of folky sort of chords and song progressions to create a pretty unique black metal experience, which is very nice to hear from a genre that many people consider to be pretty stale. Here's a split with 2 American bands. This is Ancestral and Wereward. Pretty much suicidal, depressive black metal that's pretty damn raw. I really dig it. There's that second song on here from, I believe it is Ancestral. Yeah, Human Side 2 is just absolutely amazing. The riff on that is probably one of the best black metal riffs I've ever heard. So it's worth it to hear it. It's worth to buy that just to hear that one riff. And that's also a limited edition of 1,000 copies. This is a band I can't really say the name of. It's the last CD. This is Gemhir with Nordig. This is some really good pagan black metal, I guess you'd say, folk black metal. Not too much folk influence, mostly in the, how should I put it, in the riffs there's some folk influence. There's some punk influence, which is really cool. The final track is actually a punk version of a song that's on here. Yeah, Judo Peg punk version, which is pretty cool. Now we're going to move on to vinyl. This was free from Scion AV. Scion AV presents Municipal Waste. This has on side A, Repossession, side B, Garbage Stomp, Poser Disposer. And yeah, this is some really good stuff. I love the song Repossession. Yeah, Repossession. I love that song. It's got the 45 hole on it. Really fun to listen to stuff. I love Municipal Waste. It's one of the few thrash bands I really enjoy. And yeah. Now, I have to give a major shout out for this next one. This was a gift from a reviewer who quit and deleted his channel. Many of you will remember him as I Am Count Kronos. He has a new channel. I'll leave it in a link in the description. I believe it's called Kronos Returns or something like that. Thank you so much, brother. This is absolutely awesome that you found this and you picked it up for me. As all of you know, I'm a big Celtic Frost fan. And I actually now have the worst album in their discography, but it's the hardest to find. Cold Lake. Yes, the infamous Cold Lake with amazing band photo on the back. Like, as soon as I saw that picture, I laughed hysterically for about a minute. Just some hilarious stuff with the original printed inner with some more hilarious band photos. That's my personal favorite. But yeah, decent stuff. I mean, I'll put it to you guys this way, how I feel about Cold Lake, because I've actually had this question a few times because I'm such a big Celtic Frost fan. Cold Lake is hands down the worst Celtic Frost record, but in the scheme of glam metal and hair metal and what was going on at the time, that's the best. Next is a album I got with an Amazon gift card. This is a non-metal record, actually, and this is probably my favorite non-metal album of all time. It is Fever Ray, self-titled. Amazing electronic. This is Karen from The Knife's solo project. And it is just some absolutely spectacular sounding stuff. Lyric sheet on the inside. Kind of thin paper, I'm not too fond of that, but it's the music that counts, and my god, the music is absolutely amazing. This is an album I would easily give a 10 out of 10. I have never really heard music that's this dark and creepy and mysterious and still have a lighthearted feel to it with some songs like When I Grow Up, 7, Triangle Walks. But there's just some amazingly dark material on here, like If I Had a Heart, Dry and Dusty Concrete Walls, Keep the Streets Empty for Me, Coconut, I'm Not Done. Just every song on here is one that you will love, and I recommend this to all of you guys. Now, when I got the refund from Northern Horde Records, I went to Hell's Headbangers and bought some stuff. And two of these things, actually all three I've been looking for a while. And the first one is Satanic War Master with Overblut, or Opperblut. This is an album I've been wanting for a long time. This is the second album from Satanic War Master, and this is just some awesome, awesome stuff. I love it, and the record is very cool. The vinyl is blue. I've listened to this quite a few times. One of my personal favorites from this artist, next to his third album. His third album is an absolute masterpiece called Carolean Satanic Madness, I believe it's called, or Satanist Madness. Just, that is an awesome album. Definitely one that you should check out. And the final two are two that I've needed in my collection for a long time, and I felt bad that I didn't actually have them. First one is Hellhammer Apocalyptic Raids. This is the 1990 AD version with the bonus tracks. Just some very awesome old school black and thrash, very influential death metal sort of stuff. This is what I consider this to be more black metal than death, although I can see where it influenced death metal. And it is on 180 gram clear. So, I mean, that's really cool. I love clear vinyl. It's a little hazy, but that's how all back on black clear vinyls are. Now, for the final one I'm showing in this video, this is something that I've needed in my collection ever since I got into black metal. And it's absolutely essential, and it is pretty much the building blocks for what black metal is today. So, this is a very awesome vinyl. I've been wanting it on vinyl for a while. That's why I never bought the CD. I'm talking about Dark Throne Transylvanian Hunger. Yes! This sounds amazing. Just the classic, raw, old school Norwegian black metal. This is the Peaceville reissue from 2011 or 2012. I can't remember what year. This is number 1,904 out of 2,000. Just amazing stuff. It's got a printed inner sleeve with lyrics, and of course 180 gram black vinyl. I am just floored by how perfect this album is. I've listened to it a bunch before, you know, but it's one I needed. So that's my update. I will probably have another one relatively soon because I'm actually going to be working this weekend quite a while, and I plan on spending a good portion of my paycheck at Hell's Headbanger, so it may end up being an unboxing video, or maybe it'll just be an update video like this. I don't know for sure, but we'll see what happens. But thank you guys for watching, thank you for subscribing, and as always, keep it metal.